Welcome back to Manosphere Daily. Today, we're diving into a spicy topic: leftover women are left fuming because passport brothers are thriving. It's getting wild out here. The same women who once told men, "We don't need you," are now furious that guys are taking their talents overseas. Before we break it all down, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And don't forget, share this video with your friends so we can keep the conversation going.
Do you have a sense of how many men you've slept with?
Yeah, it's not like 300 or anything. It's like 136, I think.
136? Okay.
Yeah. Which is a lot, but
Sure.
yeah.
Okay. Is there one week where there was just like, you went on a tear and it was like 20 dudes?
Yeah.
Do you know how much in the most in 1 week? Like 30, 20, 30?
Not 20 to 30. It's probably like 8 to 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
8 to 10. So that one, the 6 in the night, that was just, you went hard.
Yeah.
You went hard.
I went
Okay. You have a lot of men in the West, a lot of men in the US going overseas to try to find perhaps a wife who's a bit more feminine or, you know, whatever they're not finding here in the West. But you don't hear of men from other countries coming to the US to find a wife here.
Yeah, I think that you can find higher quality women in other places. Like, I married an Englishman. I think America.
Are you a passport? Not a bro, but like
passport cis?
A passport cis?
Passport cis.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that America has really lowered the cultural standards for women more than any. You don't see this kind of, even the way women dress in America compared to England fascinates me. And so, yeah, I think find a wife.
Oh, the leftover ladies are fuming, huh? It's like they spent years telling men they weren't needed, and now they're outraged that those same men took the message seriously and left. They laughed at guys for being single, but now that those men are thriving overseas, suddenly it's a crisis. The irony is almost poetic. They used to say, "I'm independent, I don't need a man," but now they're on social media ranting about how men are abandoning them for women who actually value relationships.
How much should your man make in a year?
Can we make it monthly?
Sure.
At least 100K a month.
Isn't that a bit high compared to the average income out there?
Well, if I'm talking about my partner, I don't think so.
Why not?
If I'm making 10K a month, he should be making 10 times more than me. And that kind of puts me in the feminine position, and I view him as the masculine, as the main provider in our family, as we're going to grow, expand our family.
100K a month? She's not even that attractive, maybe a 4 to 5 without makeup. The only man making 100K a month is using her face for NBA full-court basketball. Between her forehead and teeth, you've got all the backboards you need. These women are beyond delusional when they aren't even close to high value. The entitlement is off the charts.
Nobody thinks they're average, or most people do not think that they are average. Is this confidence or is this delusion? And what inspired this video was me posting a TikTok from one of my girl interviews. To say the comments were concerning and eye-opening is actually an understatement. So now let me read some of the comments to you. Average has nothing to do with me. Some of us don't want to be average. LOL, okay, but these are based on averages and I'm not looking for an average man. I don't give an F. I want my man to be pulling 500K. My soul left my body when I read that one. No one can survive with less than 70K. Let's be very for real. Are we okay? If you can't survive on 70K, you have a spending problem.
Oh, have you heard of passport bros?
What is a passport bro?
Okay, passport bros are men that are so fed up with Western women because we're all apparently so woke and so terrible and Western women don't want to be wives that they are now going to other countries to find wives.
Wife material.
That's like which countries?
Southeast Asia, the Philippines, the Dominican Republic.
So it's like the opposite of the mail order bride.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
okay.
So a lot of these men get remote jobs. And so they go there and they live in these countries and then they meet these women. And then women in the Western world, specifically the United States, are so pissed off about it. And they're like, you're going to all these countries where these women don't even know how to speak English. They can't even read. They're so uneducated. And then the men like film themselves with these women and like show themselves on dates. And the women are so elegant and they're so well spoken and they're so traditional. And they're like, look at these women. Yeah, passport bros. Because Western women are so bad.
Did not know about that.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's why I'm here.
Maybe instead of blaming passport brothers, they should ask themselves why men would rather cross an ocean than deal with their attitude. Men aren't avoiding women. They're just avoiding unnecessary stress. While some are busy complaining, others are out there enjoying peace, respect, and home-cooked meals. At the end of the day, the ones who adapt will thrive, and the ones who refuse to change will keep wondering why they got left behind.
A bit on this passport bro situation, because a lot of people are upset at me, calling me a pygmy, saying like men only go overseas because they're the bottom of the barrier here that no one wants, and they only want women that's easy to control, they want a maid, they want a servant, they want a doormat, etc. In what world that gives you an impression that women overseas are easier to control, easier to manipulate, that we're not smart to see what a good man is? And for the people that bring in race about this, never once I mentioned race in my video. And men are not only going to Asia, they're going to Africa, they're going to Dominican Republic, Costa Rica.
I don't want any of my income to be needed in the family. I want the man to be 100% the supporter, but that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna work and I'm not gonna have my own business or whatever.
But you would want the family to be able to live solely off of your husband's income.
100% solely off of my husband. I don't want me to have to use my income at all.
So her money is her money, and her man's money is also her money. And it's funny, people will see videos like this and their only response is, oh, but not all women are like that. Okay, that's fine, but obviously there are women who are like this.
Shit still boggles my mind. If a girl wants a guy who's older, it's a preference. If a guy wants a girl who's younger, it's creepy and immature. If a girl doesn't want to date a short guy, it's a preference. If a guy doesn't want to date a girl that's overweight, he's an asshole who's not focused on the things that matter. If a girl wants a guy who can take charge, it's a preference. If a guy wants a girl who will submit to his lead, he's, you guessed it, misogynistic. If a girl sets a boundary, it's empowering. If a guy sets a boundary, it's controlling. Women have preferences, men have something wrong with them. This isn't a double standard, it's just illogical. So why does anyone accept this?
The leftover ladies are acting like passport brothers just committed a crime against humanity by finding happiness elsewhere. First, they said, we don't need no man. Now they're online writing essays about how men are weak for leaving. Which one is it? Because it sounds a lot like regret wrapped in denial. For years, they laughed at average guys, ignored the nice ones, and chased a small percentage of men who never took them seriously. Now, reality is hitting like an unpaid bill.
I deserve to have a traditional wife. They want to go be a passport bro. And I'm like, bro, you're fat, you're broke, you don't deserve a traditional wife. You need to level up. The same way they want a traditional girl. The girl, she's going to be way more traditional back in my country. So trust me, she's not marrying you for love, she's marrying you for your green card. So.
Are you against passport bros or?
I understand the fundamentals of it for those who have done everything in life to make sure they are a man. But if you're not a man, I don't think you deserve that, honestly. If you don't have your life together, what makes you think you know how to appreciate a traditional wife? If some other guy who's living here who's never had an idea of what a male figure is in his life, he's going based off of whatever little content he picks from the internet. He's saying, well, I want a traditional wife. But therefore, he doesn't even have like a credit score. He doesn't even have like his life in check. He's still driving the hoopty from high school. But you want a traditional girl. Like what happens when you bring that girl over here? You're going to basically make her a Western woman and she's going to realize like this guy really doesn't have his shit together. Now she's going to cheat on you.
Guys don't like to think about women having been with anybody before them. At all. Like no one at all. They prefer to just be like, the vagina was closed before they got there and then it opened and now it's in process. Like they just can't, they don't want to visualize it. It's very uncomfortable for them to do that. So the more partners you've had, the more you start to seem like an open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 7-Eleven. They're not into it. It just is. Also, if they're looking at you seriously, they're looking saying, this could be the mother of my child, gonna be pregnant. Like it's a clash. Like promiscuity and that family, it's just a clash in their head. They don't like it.
How much should a guy earn for you to date him? Over 500K.
Slightly uncomfortable, even though I have shorts underneath. I just feel like I'm gonna get a lot of eyes.
Let's say I was gonna take you on a date. What's the most I should spend?
The most you should spend? The limit is endless.
Have you ever seen a man on a dating app say he's looking for someone with a good sense of humor? Because in this very well-known study,
they found that when women said they wanted someone with a good sense of humor, they meant someone who will make them laugh. But when men said they wanted a woman with a good sense of humor, they meant a woman who will laugh at their jokes. In every other context other than friendship, men preferred women who would laugh at their jokes over women who would make jokes themselves. And that's like the least surprising thing ever, but it's kind of funny to have empirical scientific data to back it up. What is it though? Is it that men are like threatened by funny women?
The same men they dismissed have options, and they're using them. Instead of dealing with drama, attitude, and endless tests, they're choosing women who bring peace, respect, and actual partnership. And that's got the leftovers furious. The funniest part? These women claim passport brothers are exploiting foreign women, when the truth is, they're just mad those women appreciate what they refuse to. Meanwhile, these guys are out there eating home-cooked meals, getting back rubs, and actually enjoying life. And back home, the meltdown continues. It's not that men don't want relationships. They just don't want one where they're constantly in a battle. And if the only response is shaming, mocking, or crying on TikTok, maybe it's time for some self-reflection instead of blaming men for making a rational choice. And that's a wrap on leftover women losing it over passport brothers. If you enjoyed this video, do us a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to Manosphere Daily, and turn on notifications so you never miss the real talk. Let's get this conversation out there. Share this video with your friends and help grow this movement. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.
And that wraps up today's episode of Manosphere Daily. If you enjoyed the content, give it a like. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified as soon as a new video is out. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.